Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Samantha Izundu if you haven't been here before, and if you have, welcome back. So today I am doing a tag video. I saw that the beautiful Morgan Turner collabed with Patty Alonso in a tag called The Perfect Makeup, and I watched it and I really enjoyed the questions because they weren't just like, what's your favorite foundation or what's this? It was more specific. So I picked out some products. There are only 10 questions. So it's not going to be a long video, but I'm really excited to do this tag. So thank you, Morgan and Patty. I'll link them down below, obviously, so you can watch their videos as well. So the first question is, which primer creates the perfect base? Now, I have a lot of primers and I think they all have their different purposes, as we know. But when I use the La Mer, and I know this is so bougie, I'm so sorry, but when I tell you, it's actually called the Perfecting Primer. So, I mean, it lives up to the name is all I have to say. So yeah, it's called the La Mer, the Perfecting Primer. It's smoothing, but it's not that thick cakey smoothing that a lot of primers have. So I have dry skin and I can wear this because I think it has that mix of skincare and makeup. A lot of smoothing primers lack that hydration, and I really like this one. So I just realized I still have a swatch from my Get Ready With Me, so let me take that off. If you like my makeup, the video after this will be a Get Ready With Me, so subscribe so you can watch that video coming soon. So let's give show you a little swatch. So it has that nice lotion hydrating feeling, but it makes your makeup look so smooth and perfect. And it smells just fresh. I wouldn't say it's a strong scent, but there is fragrance. So yes, that is my bougie primer. The next one is, which foundation has the perfect finish? So this is not one that is known to many people, but if I'm going to an event, my wedding day I wore this. It is my most purchased foundation because it makes me look perfect. It makes my skin look flawless. It's a medium coverage, and it is the Face Atelier Ultra Foundation, and I use the shade 2 Ivory. And when I tell you this is perfection, I don't know why people don't use this. This is very much a makeup artist kind of brand, and I would buy this from a makeup artist makeup store, so it's not easily as accessible as some other brands, which I understand. But it is glowy, but can be powdered beautifully to make it last longer. Medium, light to medium coverage. It's definitely not full, but it is buildable. So you could build it to a medium to full, I would say. And it just looks seamless on the skin. I always feel I feel my best when I wear this foundation, and I have a lot of foundation. I love foundation, but this has been my first high-end or high-quality foundation that I ever bought, and still years later, 4 years later, I've just gone through so many of these. So I really recommend it I have drier skin. I would say dry to normal, but I do lean towards the drier side, especially now in winter, I'm a little bit more dry. So yeah, if you've watched my channel for a while, this is my favorite foundation of all time because it just looks perfect on the skin. So I highly recommend if you want to try something a little bit different and makeup artist quality. Okay, number 3 is, which concealer has the perfect coverage? This was an easy one for me. It's the Hourglass Vanish Concealer. I have the shade Creme, and the shade Creme is also color correcting. So they have 3 or 4 shades in their range that are also color correcting. And the reason this is color correcting is because it's got that little bit of pink in it. And it's a full coverage. I like a full coverage concealer with a lighter coverage foundation. The reason why I love this so much is because it's creamy. It's full coverage, so you don't need a lot, but it doesn't dry down matte. It doesn't make you look cakey and dry underneath. However, a little bit goes a long way. So if anyone complained of this as being cakey, I would say it's because they're using too much, because just that little bit, perfect. Perfection. I have had this since it came out, so I don't know how long ago that was, but when it first came out, I bought it and I'm obsessed with it. This is what I use when I want that perfect makeup look, these two together. Okay, so then we have which powder gives the perfect blur. Now this one was hard for me because I have drier skin. I don't necessarily look for a blur, but rather a very soft set or luminous set. However, one that is completely underrated as well that I love is from the Sephora brand. It is the smoothing and brightening powder, and you can see it is well loved. I've hit pan, and it comes in 2 shades. It has a deeper shade, and then this is the translucent colorless it'd be for fair skin because it is white and it is brightening. So it is gonna lighten up under the eyes. And I just think it looks it's very finely milled, especially for a compact. I find it just looks really nice under the eyes in the T-zone, any way you want to brighten, but it also smooths and blurs. So I think it's 22 Australian dollars. So that would equate to like, I don't even know, just over 15 to 18 American dollars, depending on the dollar at the time. But yeah, I absolutely love this one if you're looking for something affordable. You got fairer skin and I'm dry skin. I'm sure this would be good for oily skin too because it's a proper powder, but I find that it does work on my drier skin type. Okay, next we have the bronzer that has the perfect undertone. I'm gonna go really basic here and I'm so sorry, but for me it is the NARS Laguna. I love this bronzer. So today I am wearing, because I have both. I have the cream and the powder because for me and my complexion, I'm more neutral. It's the perfect warmth without being yellow. So I have the cream, the new cream bronzer, which I'm obsessed with. I am obsessed with it. And I also have the powder. So both of them are a fave cream, fave powder, because the tone of the bronzer is so perfect for me. And I just think it's that neutral warm. It's not totally neutral in the middle, but it's got that little bit of warmth that you want in a bronzer without being yellow or orange. I cheated a little bit because I like cream and powder. So I've done that with my highlight and my blush as well. I've given the cream and the powder option because that's how I feel about makeup. So the next one is which blush has the perfect shade. So it's not the perfect finish or formula, but the perfect shade. For me, it is my new Kosas. This is the Color and Light Cream in 8th Muse. And when I wore this is new to me, but when I wore this, the color of this just blew me away. I don't really have a lot of colors like this. It just looks so stunning and blends out really, really nicely as well. It looks so like that kind of innocent look on my skin. It's so pretty. So I just fell in love with this when I first used it. So that is a perfect shade for me in a cream. And then in the powder, it's actually quite different. It's from my NARS Orgasm palette, which is also new to me, but I am obsessed with this shade here, which is Mandalay. So it looks quite deep, but when it's on the skin, it's like more warmer, sheerer tone. Like I really rubbed it in, but when I use it on my skin, I just tap the brush in and it's got this beautiful warmth, but still not a bronze. It's still a blush shade, but just on the warmer side. And I just love, so if I had more of a cooler tone and a warmer tone, I like to swing between the two. I do tend to use a little bit more warmer tone every day, but I'm really loving a lot of blushes that are cooler toned at the moment. My opinions are changing. Okay, so next we have which highlighter has the perfect finish. Okay, so this was hard for me because powder and cream are just like, they're totally different, so you have to have one of both. And I'm sorry if this is considered cheating, but I couldn't make a decision between the two. So for my cream, I have the RMS Beauty. These all come in full sizes, but it is the mini luminizer quad that they brought out at Christmas time last year. But these are all sellable shades. Oh, mirror. And the finish of these is just like that wet glass look without being too glittery. My favorite is the Champagne Fizz. And it's, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. It's very, I'll put it up here. It's very emollient and it just makes you look like an angel stepping out of water. That's the only way I can describe it, and I love, love, love it. I have the first one I ever bought was a master mixer, but since I got this palette, I liked this more. The shades are a little bit more emollient than the master mixer, but still absolutely stunning. Highly recommend it. They have a full-size quad, or you can buy the individual pots, but they're all amazing. And then for my powder, this is a ride or die for me. It's one of those palettes that I've used so much, but it looks like I've never touched it. It's the Flower Beauty Shimmer and Strobe Highlighting Palette. And I tend to use these two the most, just because that's a little bit too dark for me. However, I really love pinky toned highlighters as well. So I would say I equally use these two, and they are just insane. This is what I go for when I want something a little bit more punchy. Like, oh, they're so beautiful. So beautiful. And the tone of this one here, it's not too icy and it's not too dark either. They've done a really good job in picking the shade, but it really is the finish that, am I doing justice? That I love so much. So yeah, let's get that sun on there. So that's the pink one, and then the kind of taupey looking one. All right, next we have which lipstick has the perfect formula. This took me 2 seconds to decide. I wore this on my wedding day. It is my favorite lipstick, but it's not, yes, it's the formula, but it's a mixture of the formula and the color. It's the Tom Ford Ultra Shine Lip Color in Bare. And well, it's Ultra Shine for one, but it's so comfortable on the lips. It's like really hydrating, but it's sheer, but it's still got that pigment to it. It's not like a lip balm. It's definitely above that. And I just can't fault it. It makes my lips nourished. It makes my lips juicy. And the color, I mean, come on. I know it's about the formula. The formula is a 10 out of 10, but that color, it's like a perfect nude for my neutral skin tone. And it's my favorite lipstick of all time. Never ever discontinue. I'll be very mad at you. So we have number 9 is which palette has the perfect shimmers. So this one wasn't hard for me to decide because so many palettes have beautiful shimmers. But when I think of a brand in total that has beautiful shimmers, I think of Juvia's Place, and my favorite shimmers from Juvia's Place is in this palette here, the Deuce. That's how I pronounce it. I don't know how other people pronounce it. But I just think this palette is stunning. My favorite one is this duochrome here. It is a white with a pink shift. I'm just absolutely in love with that. Oh, I accidentally just went in with my thumb. So I'm just gonna show you the green as well, because that was an accident. And I'll show you, there's only 4 shimmers, so I will show them all to you. I don't know why I put the swatches here. What have I done? Oh. Okay, we can see them here. We've got, that's the white with the pink shift, the green, the pink, and the icy. And it looks more grey there, doesn't it? But I love them. I absolutely love them. It's one of my favorite palettes of all time, and it's because of the shimmers that I love it so much. And then the last question is, which palette has the perfect color story? This was the easiest. This and the lipstick was the easiest of them all. It's the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. This is my perfect palette in terms of color and formula. I could just, if I had to get rid of all my eyeshadow palettes so I could only keep one, it would be this one. I just think it's perfection. The cream to powder formula is insane. My hooded eyes can handle the cream to powder formula, so you know that's a good formula. And we've got darker, we've got lighter, we've got colorful, we've got neutral, we've got warm, we've got cool. Literally everything you could ever want. Okay, I've never used this color, but it just spoke to me. Just said, Sammy, swatch me. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that. I'll give you a couple more. And I don't understand why it's limited edition. You can't get it at Australian Sephora anymore. Oh my God, I'm so sorry with my swatches today. I am so tragic. But yeah, the formula, the color story. When I first got this, my friend bought it for me. It was the last one online and I tried to find it in store and I couldn't find it, and she bought it in secret for me. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack when I got it. Like, I was almost to the point where I didn't use it for a while because I was having anxiety about using such a beautiful palette. Isn't that crazy? I use it now, but it's just so perfect to me that I get anxious about using it. Is that really weird? Do you guys ever experience that? Anyway, that is everything. I really enjoyed doing this tag. And if you're interested, I would love to see yours as well. Let me know if you're going to do this video and I will love to watch it. But I will tag the Morgan and Patty down below so you can check out their original. Lovely tag. I don't do a lot of tags, but I really like this one. So give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Share with your friends and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.